Skippy Granola, do you like fishing?
Yeah. I mean, I like sitting by the water with a fishing rod.
I am... Okay, here's the thing, right? I'm a big old softy, so, like, I feel bad. I go fishing, and fishing is fun, but then I catch a big-ass fish, and it's, like, flopping around with the hook in its face, and I gotta take it out, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry! Welcome back to Alan Wake. Oh boy, that's fucking weird. That feels so weird to say welcome back in the middle of a recording session.
I know. Oh, it's not right. I was gonna say, please see Jacob's son. Let me go, and I will grant you a wish. We're talking about fish. You might remember that from last time.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about fish. It feels like so long ago.
Yeah. I can't believe that it's 2018.
That's my update schedule for Alan Wake. One a year or your money back.
We basically get together to record only on election cycles.
That's exactly.
It was initially going to be the Olympics, but Rio kind of soured it.
I can't believe Trump's going for a second term.
I know! It's friggin' amazing. Who knew that he turned out to be the social justice candidate?
We're recording this from my nuclear fallout shelter.
Yeah, that's right. I just think it's weird that he, as a sitting president, was able to get a divorce.
So strange. Hey, what better way to start off this episode than with some good old-fashioned television?
There is a fifth dimension.
But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially
Time?
No, that's the fourth. See, it's a dimension beyond sight, and beyond sound. Oh shit, I don't remember how that goes.
Great.
What I'm talking about is the Twilight Zone.
Oh. You know we're watching an episode of Night Springs right now. It's kind of like the Twilight Zone when you think about it.
Whoa, go on.
Yeah, okay, so there's this show called The Twilight Zone, right?
Uh-huh.
And Alan Wake contains several television sets which play a pastiche of The Twilight Zone called Night Springs.
I gotcha. Yeah,
Okay,
no.
so and if you watch these, they are humorous and ironic.
Right.
But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face.
Well, you must have hated it.
I don't like Alan's face, so I mean, I see where this guy's coming from.
No idea.
Do you want to beat him unrecognizable?
But then we ran the fingerprints.
I'd leave him a little recognizable. You gotta be kind that way.
And yet you won't kill a delicious fish.
Not even that I won't kill the fish, like, I feel bad for even hurting the fish. Alan, let's play Alan Wake, Fish Discussion Simulator.
That's right. We should just switch this over to World of Fishing. The freemium fishing game.
You think he's ever gonna be okay?
Free to play fishing games, my favorite.
That's right. I mean, it's a good deal, because here, fishing will cost you $15 for a license.
Damn.
You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry.
You know, I didn't really understand this one either. Like, I was kind of like, wait. I was like, what?
Huh? There was a Twilight Zone actually pretty much exactly like this, where a fella had amazing powers of mimicry.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so he kept making himself look like folks who had died.
Oh, shit.
And then causing havoc and getting free stuff and finding his money. And then, so he's on the run from some mobsters who wanna kill him.
Great. I'm sure that turned out very well for him.
It's the Twilight Zone, so obviously it was a happy ending. He got a light
Of course.
squeeze and a soft serve.
Yep, that's right. He got a $5 off coupon at Dairy Queen, which you can get one of your own if you use the promo code.
Like,
Fuck.
comment, and subscribe, folks.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
For a Dairy... You know what? I'd Let's Play more if I was backed by DQ.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes
Fucking
were
great.
drawn
Why
to
you gotta
the
be a
twisted
dick to
shape of
Rusty?
his leg.
What did he ever do to you?
Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Alan, wouldn't it technically be this page?
Whoa. Well, it would be
Yeah.
the one previous to this, I assume.
I guess so, you know? I guess that's true. Like, but in the writing, like, would it be present tense? 'Cause the story on the manuscripts is written in third person past tense, but if it happened the way it happened on the page, when it is happening, doesn't that mean that it'd be written in present tense?
Holy Hannah. I think it doesn't matter as long as you keep the big juicy murders coming.
I guess that's true. And personally, I've got a fucking head injury from trying to figure all this out.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was a tough one to follow on to a thought-provoking episode of Night Springs.
Oh, man. Don't worry, Rusty. I can run for like 3 or 4 seconds before getting winded.
Oh, jeez. I'm slowly puffing my way over, Rusty.
I'm trying as hard as I can, believe me.
Did it happen just like it happened on the page? Oh my god!
Mr. Wake?
Wait for it.
It happened just the way it was on that page.
Oh, shit!
It's prescient!
That's, yup.
Dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
I didn't think to turn them on myself.
I'll be right back.
It happened so fast.
Rusty
I was having-
from the manuscript.
I was having naked lights off time. I do that after hours.
Oh,
Nobody's
God.
around, it's just me and the stuffed animals.
Just me and Bucktooth Charlie. I really like that guy, you know?
Only way to make
I
sure
really,
that Rusty
really
was
like that
safe
guy.
was to get the
No
power on
molestar
and
the
the lights
mammoth.
back on.
Oh, man.
No molesta.
I just want to say that I'm really glad there wasn't a minigame for unlocking the door. Like, if
Yeah.
we had to, like, click in time with a bar to unlock the door, that would have been the most lame thing in the world.
Really gotta focus on turning that key.
This is mine, I'll just take this revolver ammo. I'm sure
Yep.
Rusty won't mind.
Too late. Someone had destroyed the
Unsecured
circuit.
ammunition.
There was no way to
Yoink.
get the lights back on.
That's how you know that the gun laws are very loose in Bright Springs.
That's right.
Rusty!
Oh, I'm sure he's fine. His screaming is screams of delight.
Orange patches that looked
Yeah,
like
he's just
empty
super
guns.
happy that Bucktooth Charlie is the last thing he's gonna see.
He's there to keep him company while he's being torn to pieces by dark creatures.
Yes, that is categorically true.
Ouch! My fucking
Oh!
my head!
Hey! Mi cabeza!
You know, it's funny. Getting hit in the head with an axe is not gonna do well for his headache.
No, although it might jar his grammar back together, so we'll stop having these tense problems.
Maybe. Hopefully. Let's hope. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe this whole thing is a metaphor for Alan becoming a better writer.
At least a better grammarian.
Hopefully.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Alan.
I.
Fucking come on, man.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da!
His fucking bow tie spins. Woo! Honk, honk. Get it?
Waka waka!
Urges up, Park. License, obey! At all times.
Rusty, weren't you here on the last episode? They're $15. They're
Rusty.
expensive.
2 bears and wolves never approached any other wolf closer than 25 yards.
So, Rusty is, I don't know, I guess he was special in some way, because the dark powers that be have decided to make him super fast. I don't know.
Yeah,
Now-
you know.
Now we're gonna be fighting super fast Taken occasionally, who like zip around, like the Flash. I don't know why. The darkness has some real good sense in enemy variety, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. You know, they're nicely silhouetted, so you know what you're dealing with.
Oh, damn it, Rusty, why are you so healthy?
Jeez. Pretty spry for a guy with a broken leg.
Pretty spry for a guy who's been overtaken by dark powers beyond imagination.
I know, right? I just know if I was ever taken, then I'd be the dumpiest little taken.
You just end up like 4 feet tall, like just running around kicking Alan in the shins.
Do you guys want to go to Denny's?
Guinea pigs can be fun pets and very enjoyable.
It's true, the darkness knows.
Take care of your guinea pig's habitat.
You mustn't feed them high calcium food or they'll get kidney stones. It's good advice, thank you, Satan.
That's what I should have titled this episode. Alan Wake, thank you, Satan.
Thanks, Satan. They know what they're talking about, these takens.
They sure do. So hey, welcome to the gameplay of Alan Wake.
What the hell was that?
Oh,
I saw from the window.
Walking through the woods at night.
I saw something.
Forget about
yeah,
it, Harry.
you know,
It's just me
you knew
going
what you were
crazy.
signing up for.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy.
I kind of wish Alan was crazy too. It would
Stay in
make the
cab.
plot a little
Don't
bit more
open the door for
interesting.
anyone. I mean it.
Some Indigo Prophecy bullcrap where this hoity-toity New York writer is just like wandering around in an insomniac fugue, just plugging townsfolk in the back of the head.
It's all the coffee, man. It's getting to him.
It's true, don't over-caffeinate.
So, here's the thing about Alan Wake. I love this game. This game is fantastic. But there is a fucking lot of walking around in the woods at night.
If you
This
don't like
game-
woods walking, oof.
If you're not a fan of hiking, turn off this video right now and, I don't know, go watch a Let's Play of Sega Bass Fishing or something. Because, boy, Alan Wake has all of your woods walking needs. Do you like Nordic walking? Good, because there's a lot of it in this game.
I mean, he doesn't technically have poles, so this is just walking.
You know what? That's fair. He's not even Nordic. He's just walking.
It's stumping, really. He's like dad running.
Lover's Peak was at the far
Yeah,
end
right.
of
At
the
least
nature
he's,
trail.
like, kind of jogging.
Like, oh, geez, I left the kids' beach towels in the car. Better go get them.
Right. It's that kind of jog where you're not actually in a hurry, but you want to look like you are.
Yeah, you gotta give the impression that you're beating feet.
He's doing that walk that people do when like they're crossing the street and the light changes. Like, you gotta hurry it up, but you know nobody's gonna fucking run you over. Come on.
Oh, totally. They're doing he's doing the walk that you do when somebody holds open a door when you're a little too far away.
Oh man. Alcohol smuggled from Canada, huh, Skippy? I see your
yeah.
game. I get your racket.
Actually, that's the reason that Hiram Walker popularized Canadian whiskey.
Wait, really? Smuggling?
Absolutely, man. Bootleggers would run down rye whiskey from like British Columbia.
My God, there actually is truth in the fiction.
Yeah, man.
Alan Wake was more realistic than I thought.
Yeah, somebody did some research, and all it took was some Scandinavians.
Thanks, Wikipedia.
Thank you, Remedy Entertainment, for giving Canada its due.
Those smugglers and their alcohol drinking.
Canada, come here to commit crimes, but not the bad ones, eh?
Only socially acceptable crimes like smuggling moonshine.
That's right. You gotta have moonshine, eh?
Have you? Okay, I'll ask you this. I lived for a period of time in the American South. Have you ever had real moonshine, like brewed in a fucking bathtub in an outhouse moonshine?
Oh boy, I was at a bonfire party in an acreage in northern Alberta, and some guy brought a 4-liter milk jug full of something that he called moonshine. I don't know. I drank it.
It was coffee, actually.
Oh no! It was a 4-liter jug of coffee. Ah!
and then you wrote, The Sudden Stop and became a famous writer. What I'm getting at is that you actually are Alan Wake.
It's me, Alan Wake. I love Stephen King, and I have derivative ideas.
Poor Alan Wake. I want to read like critical reviews of his inner universe books. 'Cause like, are they good? I really want to know.
My understanding is that they did release The Sudden Stop.
Skippy Granola, I know it's been a little bit of time since we talked about this in the first episode. Only 380 some days.
My apologies, viewers.
I actually, after we recorded the video, I looked around and I did actually find the excerpt that was in the guidebook novel thing that you get with the game. So I'll post that. It's only a short little segment of the book, but it is real.
Yes, it's a thing.
You can actually read Alan Wake's writing and cringe along with us.
Yeah, I recommend that you do it. Let's have a small book club, everybody.
Yeah, okay, yeah, let's do that. People in the thread, share with us what books you are reading and how they are better than Alan Wake's writing.
What trenchant insights do you have? Hey, here's a question. What if Alan Wake, Stephen King-like, gave up the cocaine and wrote the Dark Tower series? What do you think his take would be?
Aliens. Of course there would be aliens.
Of course it's aliens. Do you think that it would still be a crazy fantasy world in which I've actually never read it because
a crazy fantasy world in which the readers are expected to answer riddles outside of the story to piece it all together.
Yep, that's right. The best books are ARGs.
Oh man, check out this giant ass stump.
Oh man, it's the great old one.
My favorite Cthulhu creature.
Yeah, Redwood Fithathagan.
Skippy Granola, I'm glad I have you on for these videos.
Oh, that's kind of you to say. I'm glad to be here.
Fuck, man. That's real good. You are gonna skyrocket me to Let's Play popularity at this rate.
Yeah, you know what, man? Send a little bit of that my way once you get there.
In a couple years, when we finish this Let's Play, I'm gonna be making bank.
In 15 years, when we finally reach the end of this LP.
That's right. I'll just be driving my Ferrari, throwing manuscript pages out the window at people.
Jeez, man, just like, here. Just, oh man, you're like drive by whipping thermoses of coffee at like, at pregnant mothers and small children.
Oh, sure, like, I'll throw it and then look away and be like, oh, I'm sure they caught it.
Ah, it's probably fine.
It's probably fine.
Then you peel out in your fucking stupid looking Porsche Cayenne.
Yup, that's
flipping the double
that's me.
deuce out the window.
my Porsche, sponsored by Sync by Microsoft.
That's right. Vanity license plate that says I do Let's Play.
It just says IDLP, and like if people have no idea what it means.
I'll bet you do, son.
And the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform.
Alice is the name of the gun he's holding, by the way.
It's a funny coincidence, but not much more.
As the writer, I decided that. Me, Alan Wake.
Let's cut the act now. Where's my
It's
wife?
called world building. It adds texture to an otherwise rote encounter.
That's right. Okay, so that's a thing that people are torn on about this game. So you might have noticed that some of the manuscript pages I've picked up so far are talking about things that are going to happen in the game that have not happened yet. And people were torn on that. Some people like it, others would prefer to stay unspoiled by the video game about the events in the video game. But I think it's kind of neat. I don't know.
My understanding of spoilers, the way I look at them, is everyone is stupid as hell and they don't describe things very well.
Oh,
so,
sure.
So all they're really doing is they're just giving me a very poor, watered down account of something cool that I could look at.
Like, if I told you that in this video game, Alan Wake is going to fist fight a monster truck, would you believe me?
Yeah, and I'd be really excited to continue watching.
So, I'm getting fucked up here by this new enemy. These are big guys. They are very tall gentlemen wearing steel-toed boots, and they do a lot of damage and have a lot of health.
Oh, any unattached ladies who might be watching, I also am a very tall man in steel-toed boots.
Well, you are Canadian. I just imagine every Canadian is a lumberjack.
Yeah, or at least, you know, we like to dress that way so that ladies will look at us.
And smuggle moonshine, as it turns out.
Well, I mean, you gotta have a hobby. It's just a little harmless fun.
Of course. A little bit of alcohol never hurt anyone. But
Yeah, of
coffee, on
course
the
not.
other hand...
Right, all I'm saying, man, is if I didn't bootleg Canadian whiskey, 4-year-olds wouldn't be able to get twisted.
And what a tragedy that would be.
Right? Come on, nobody's gonna buy booze for a 4-year-old, at least this way. You know, I give them the opportunity to decide for themselves.
Boy, you and I are just, like, incriminating ourselves real hard on this episode.
Thank God nobody who counts watches Let's Plays.
Thank God nobody watches my Let's Plays. Oh shit. I'm wondering, okay. I was wondering this when I was playing, and I'm still wondering it now. Like, why is Mount St. Helens listed on there? Is that like some kind of like cultural phenomena in the Alan Wake universe? Like, oh man, remember when Mount St. Helens erupted? How fucking nuts was that?
I'm not sure how youthful you yourself are, but I have very distinct memories of Mount St. Helens erupting. It was a big deal.
I was a child. like a child, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, do you remember when Giokul blew up?
Man, you nailed that one.
Oh.
You are a professional, capital P.
I apologize to any Scandinavians who might be watching.
But to answer your question, no, I do not.
Anyway, Mount St. Helens was a big deal, just like Clear Pepsi.
Okay. Was Mount St. Helens a big failure like Crystal Pepsi?
Obviously wasn't that much of a failure because they're fucking bringing back Crystal Pepsi.
Oh man.
No word of a lie, my friend.
First Ecto Cooler and now Crystal Pepsi?
Right?
What's next? Mount St. Helens erupting?
As a matter of fact.
Oh, birds! Fuck you!
Fucking
Birds
birds!
getting caught in the spokes. Oh, damn it.
I kind of recall that encounter being a lot longer.
You're thinking of a later encounter.
Oh, my bad.
Don't worry about it. If you thought we were done with birds being dicks to Alan Wake, don't worry.
See, it's not a spoiler, it's foreshadowing.
That's right, that's what Alan Wake calls it.
Flashlights, kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away.
Flares, huh?
Oh, hello, heavy artillery.
You can see them too?
Hell, of course I see him. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
Let's move.
I lost my gun back there.
Oh,
Bummer.
Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment.
I lost my gun back there. I'm not sure how,
He knew my
but I
name.
did.
We were headed in the direction of
I
Love's
did.
Peak.
I lost my
There
gun.
was no
It's because I
way
got
this was
weak little
coincidence.
writer
He
hands.
was the kidnapper.
Come on, wake.
They're very dainty. They're piano players' fingers.
Them.
That's right. He has hands of surgeon.
So hey, now we're palling around with the kidnapper. And this is an interesting little gameplay thing. We gotta keep the flashlight trained on the enemies. And we gotta use these flares to keep ourselves safe. Because the kidnapper walks very slowly like a fucking dickhead.
Good people don't kidnap. Keep that in mind.
You know what? I would say that that's probably a fair assessment. Good people don't kidnap.
Good people don't kidnap. Be good people. Don't take anyone against their will.
What a world we live in that's a lesson you have to teach people.
I mean, it can't hurt.
Oh man, this is such a pretty looking game. Like look at that fucking smoke. It's so gorgeous.
Yeah, man, I played this on the 360, and it still looked quite good.
Oh yeah, like even today this game still looks good. This game is several years old now.
There's a lot to be said for picking an art style and then sticking to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Give me the gun.
Yeah, no can do, Wink.
Are you kidding?
You might shoot me, or force me to give back your wife. I'm a kidnapper.
Neither of those are things I want to happen.
I'm not a good person.
He is very self-aware, that kidnapper.
Honestly, I respect it.
Kind of a nice guy when you really get down to it.
You know, he's like, yeah, he's a villain, but
Listen, he was contractually obligated to kidnap Alice. He didn't do it because he wanted to, because he's a kidnapper or something.
yeah, of course. You know, when life gives you lemons, kidnap a writer's wife.
What could he possibly stand to gain except for a bunch of fucking ransom money?
Of course. Sick royalty cash.
I want 10% of all of your sales, Wake.
Oh, you're worse than Barry.
But Barry always takes 90%. I trust his instincts. He says that's how it always is in the business.
At least I've got some left for coffee.
Last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep
I mean, the point here to take away from this happy fellow is, be careful what you read, folks. You know, if you read a bonkers little manifesto that you find, like, just scattered by the edge of the road, you know, chances are you might think,
Mid-fight coffee! Sorry.
whoa, oh,
Sorry.
cafe!
Sorry, I just had to interrupt you there because he had to grab that action coffee.
Tomar Cafe! I don't know why I'm suddenly speaking broken Spanish.
I don't know. But yes, Skippy Granola, you are correct. You gotta be careful. You gotta read the back of the book before you dive right in, because you never know. It may end up being an existential nightmare that you get trapped in until you finish.
You know, you might end up accidentally reading Vonnegut's Breakfast of Champions and thinking that you too are the only human being alive in a world of robots.
What nonsense! That's just crazy talk, Skippy Granola.
Oh, I think I've suddenly had a strange realization.
Your strange realization is that you are Alan Wake.
Yeah, it's. Oh God, what's this on my elbow? Leather patches.
I'm actually wearing tweed underpants right now, believe it or not.
Where do you put the patches on those?
You don't want to know. Let's just say.
Yeah, you're right. I regretted the question as soon as I heard myself say it.
Me and this leather codpiece disagree with your assessment of tweed, Skippy Granola.
What are you, a Mad Max villain?
Well, there's more than one reason they call me C. Jacobs Erectus. Let's just say that.
It's me, Scabrous Jacobs. Whoa, big guy, come on.
I like that Alan Wake is able to shrug off being hit in the fucking neck with an axe. What a badass.
He's tougher than you think.
Let's cut the act now.
Also tougher than he
Where's
looks.
my wife?
I knew you were going to say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're going to bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
That Barry guy, he's a dickhead, believe it or not. I read the manuscript. He talks like a jerk.
You touch her mouth.
I think I could probably go for a beer with Barry.
You know, me too, to be honest. I would do anything with Barry, even fight the darkness.
He's a good guy to have in your corner, you know?
Oh, sure. Well, good work, Alan.